You know, it's no secret that there are more aspiring drivers than there are great rides. So to make it to the top, it really pays to know just what the best teams are looking for in a race car driver. To find out, we asked the very top guys from the best teams.
Well, I think when I go back and I think about drivers who have made the grade with us and ones that we continue to look for, ones that obviously have had an education, someone who understands the technical aspects of the car, he's a good team player, and he's also fast, and more importantly is he knows how to win races, and that's because potentially he's running some other series. But to me, you got to want it, you want to do it. When I look at people like Mears and Donahue and our current team of Elio and Will Power and Ryan Briscoe, you know, these guys are committed. I mean, every single day they're in the gym. They want to understand the car from a technical perspective.
Every race driver has the enthusiasm to drive the car. Quite frankly, very few of them possess the maturity at a young age, combined with the true passion and the skill set to make it happen.
Today there's a commercial aspect to drivers because without sponsorship, you know, we can't go racing. So there's many attributes, but to me, you've got to want it in your heart, and that makes the difference.
When we're looking for somebody and we're looking for something, I'll tell you what I look for. Start right here at the heart. You got to look at a guy's heart and you got to say, wait a minute, has he been brought up right? Is he someone you can take and introduce around? I mean, and not, you know, is he someone that has control of his emotions? Is he someone that has the desire? Does he have a fire burning in his belly to want to do this, to want to be something that is a very, very difficult business? You know, these kids today, they watch racing on television. It looks like a sleigh ride. It looks like a Hollywood. It looks like something out of a movie. It's not. It's a lot of damn hard work.
What I like about working for Chip Ganassi is the fact that what he does is he looks those guys right between the eyes and he sizes up where they are. That's really what these guys have to do. They have to be ready to accept that examination by people like Chip or Roger Penske or anybody else in this business that's looking for young, aggressive talent, because it's more than just having the bravado to drive race cars.
The conception of, you know, put your helmet on, go drive the car, and it's a lot of fun, and then you get out and you go hang with your buddies, just it isn't the way to make a career. If you're serious about it, you got to work hard. It's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job, and that the guys that are successful work that hard. And if you want to be one of those guys, you got to match or beat what they're doing.
There's a lot of buy rides around, and I'm not sure that that's the best way to go. Maybe that gets you started, but to me, it's performance on the racetrack and people who we think we can mold into a technical person who understands the dynamics of the vehicle, has a commercial aspect to their touch, being able to deal with our sponsors, then obviously have great driving capability. Because to me, good drivers don't get good overnight. They become good drivers after they've had the experience and they are committed to the sport.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, being a race car driver is the coolest job in the world. So everybody wants it, you know? I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a race car driver. People want to be an astronaut, a race car driver, a rock star. But very few people actually get to do those things. And you got to have talent, you got to have luck, you got to have good people supporting, surrounding you, you got to have good work ethic, you got to have all these things come together, you know, all the stars align to have a chance to make it.
There's so many drivers out there that probably deserve the opportunity that never get the opportunity, and the ones that consistently knock on the doors, the ones that consistently try to figure out how to make themselves known on and off the racetrack. And I always encourage the drivers to at least introduce themselves to the people that do make the decisions, put themselves on the map, but also we watch, my son drives cars and he's 12 years old and he's around other teenagers and that type of thing, and some of the best drivers don't fit our mold. Some of the best drivers will never make it, not because of what they do on the racetrack, but it's how they handle themselves, what predicaments they put themselves in outside of the racetrack. And the sponsorship world right now and the way the political side of life is, it's very difficult to only have one of those traits. Where before you were able to maybe hide some of the things that you were and disguise those things by your driving talents, Now you have to have both.
What do you look for in a driver? You know, that's the ultimate question, because you're looking for somebody that your whole team has to focus around. He's going to be your quarterback. He's going to be your focal point. He's going to be the guy everybody keys off of with his, you know, his personality traits. So when you say, how do you look for a driver? Where do you look for a driver? Great question. And you know, first and foremost, you say, I want a guy that obviously knows how to win races, okay? There are lots of guys that are fast. Not a lot of guys know how to win races. Secondarily, then you say, wait a minute, there are lots of guys that can win races. I want a guy that shows how he can win them consistently over a period of time. Has he won a championship? Do you know how to win a championship? You know, being able to win races, being able to win a championship, sometimes two different things.
Exactly. The driver's the quarterback. The driver's in a very unique position, unlike myself or Roger Penske, where they can set the tone of the team without being the boss. They're not the boss. So the team doesn't necessarily feel threatened by how they respond. And they can be a very, very positive influence in the team, or they can be a very demoralizing catalyst for how things go.
We've seen so many good drivers get with bad teams, and they develop bad habits, and then a year or two down the road they can't break out of them. That's happened many times, and I don't want to mention any names, but some of the most famous names you've heard in IndyCar racing the last 5 to 10 years, that's happened to. Drivers so it's so important to get with the right team, to get with the right group of people around you, whoever that is, your group of advisors, your group of people you trust. And I don't mean the word agents in there. I just mean a core group of people around you that understand your racing and understand how you go about racing. You need a group of people around you that want to be on this journey with you.
Don't expect to have your first ride in a car that's going to dominate the field or that's going to be the best. There's very, very few people that ever have that opportunity, and it's not realistic. You have to be willing to sacrifice and make the best out of whatever it is, and know that in that car, people know, the right people know what that car's capable of, or what that team's capable of. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to make an excuse. You don't have to really publicly say anything negative about those that are trying to help you in your career. And some kids miss that. Some kids think that it's important to point that out when these guys are doing everything they can to help you be successful. And it's really up to you to support them, you know, not make them as your excuse for why you haven't made it yet.
To me, it's early. You've got to get in that early stage. There's lots of different areas today in SCCA and the amateur racing, which can give you the opportunity, you know, to have a chance to drive. And we're always looking down. People like Ron Dennis are looking at Lewis Hamilton when he was 12 years old. So to me, you've got to get engaged. I think you've got to want it. And I think on the other hand, to me, there's many, many different aspects of the sport. And you might start on the technical side, you might start as a driver, and you might start as a mechanic. A lot of these young guys, like Kyle Busch, has started working on their dad's cars. So to me, it's almost in your DNA.
The safe is fast theory is something that I've based my whole entire career on. You don't win a race by making stupid mistakes, and you don't win a race by being the fastest guy in turn one on the first lap. It's the last lap, the last corner, that's what makes a winner.